like all discombobulated. You can see what happened here. And this one is also cracked.
Holy smokes. I don't know what's going on up there. There's a lot of flashing lights.
That's a boy. Hi everyone, hope you all are doing great today. We are just quickly walking around here. We already did our morning walk. It's going to be warm today. We've had just a little bit of a heat wave here in Quartzsite. And today I think is the last day it's going to break. We got up to, I don't know, 86, 87 yesterday. Same thing today. It's not really bad because the days aren't that long. If you're seeing on the forecast that it's really hot in Quartzsite, don't worry about it. It's only for a couple few days, and then we're going to be back to really comfortable days. So I've been going over the rig and checking us out to make sure that we're going to be ready for our next road trip, and found a couple of things that needed to be fixed. One of which I absolutely caused myself.
You figure out why I'm measuring my step stool? I am so confused. So confused. We went to town. So you can see the step stool, I kind of have it up under the rig when we're sitting here. So when we're getting ready to drive out, I always do this, like several feet away, so that I don't run it over. Because it's, you know, halfway into the outside wheel here. I would definitely run it over. So we went to town. We are on our way into town this morning. Dump garbage, get water, take him to the, well, I'm not even going to spell it because he knows how to spell it now. And go to the grocery, and we're stopped in traffic. I don't know. I mean, this road has been open, you know, the construction has been completed for some days. Everything's striped. But they're doing something again up here, so we haven't made it yet to the garbage dump. So just like a mile and a half into our trip, we are sitting still. And I just saw somebody get out of their vehicle and walk over into the bushes, I think maybe to take a whizzer. Which is, hey, oh, there he is, he's coming back. Believe me, I don't like it either, buddy. I don't like it either. There's no traffic moving, not even the oncoming lanes. I don't know what's going on. I know, buddy. I know, this stinks. Okay. Well, they finally opened something up, so the oncoming traffic is moving now. We're pulling back into our spot like we've done a bunch of times, you know, I'm a professional at this. And we're like right about here, and I hear this ba-bang, and I'm like, what the heck was that? And I get out and I'm looking all around and I can't figure out what the heck is going on. So I go ahead and I park. I'm looking through all the cabinets. I thought something fell, you know, I can't find anything. So I'm like, all right, if something fell, it'll rear its head here. At some point, I'll figure out what the heck happened. So I start setting us back up here to get comfortable. And I go to put the stool down, and it's like all discombobulated because these two legs, well, I don't want to wiggle it too much, but you can see what happened here. And this one is also cracked on the weld. So obviously I ran it over. And what I don't get is I didn't run it over on the way out. So if I forgot to move it, which, you know, it's a possibility, but you all know me, I'm very rigid on my processes. And when we're getting ready to drive out of the camp to go to town, I have a routine. It might not surprise you. And one of the last things I do is I do a walk around of the whole rig, making sure that everything is ready to go. We would have run it over on the way out, but we didn't. But we ran it over on the way pulling back in, which I don't understand. That's what's got me so confused. So I've just got to put it out of my head. The real pisser is, one of you sent this to me. We had one of this same style. Well, after we went through like 3 of the plastic kind that are pieces of junk, don't ever buy one of them. Then we bought one of this style, but it was a smaller footprint. And then one of you noticed like Lefty had slipped a couple of times, misstepped, and so you sent me a bigger one, and this one was perfect. It fits in my cabinet like it was made for it. I mean, if it was a 1/4 of an inch deeper, it wouldn't fit in the cabinet. So everything, the storage is perfect, the size is perfect, and now I've broken it. And that's what really ticks me off, is that this was a gift from one of you. And you can see, like, this is normally where I set it. I would have run it over on the way out of camp. That's what I don't understand. I just don't get it. We had a nice trip into town. He got a good bunch of running and playing over at the you-know-where. So he's doing some sleepy time now, right here in the shade. Look what just got dropped off to us. A custom repaired step stool. This has been reinforced, probably better than new, I would say, from my friend Ben over here. Thank you, man. Not many people carry welders around, but this guy carries a welder around with him. See ya. How great is that? He swung by yesterday and I said, hey, do you got a welder? And he goes, it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it'll work. And Mike, I had to borrow some tools from him, and he's camped over on the other side by the big wash over there. And I just jumped on the old scooter and rode over there. Yep, that thing right there. Those of you that are the keen-eyed viewers have been asking me about this scooter that you've seen in the background of a bunch of videos. So we're going to take a look at this thing. I've never ridden a scooter like this before, but I've always been interested in them. 2 wheels and a motor, so, you know, this guy's interested in it. This is from Ausom, AUSOM. This is their Leopard DT1 Pro. We're going to take it for a ride, and I'm going to show you what it's like to ride a high-performance scooter, full suspension, 2 motors, a lot of power. Let's take it for a ride. I'll tell you all the specs. This is a pretty cool piece of gear. So it comes with these little NFC dongles, and they're required. When you start the machine up, it asks for you to lay the dongle on there, otherwise it won't power up all the way. So this has 3 different motion modes. It has Eco, Sport, and Race. And in addition to that, you can also turn on or off the front motor, because this has 2 motors. Both wheels have a motor in them. And when you put on the front motor, in addition to the back motor, and you put it on race mode, holy banana splits. See what I mean? Let's put it on just sport mode, okay? And I do have the front motor on. And you can probably hear it doing burnouts because it spins the tire. So this does have front and rear suspension.
Now, I'll tell you, it is pretty rocky right here, but I'm riding right over it. There we go. So I am not a scooter expert. It has front and rear disc brakes. And you notice I am wearing my helmet because I am not a scooter expert, but this thing is fun. Holy cripes, is it fun. There we go. Yeah, this is fast. I was just going 35 miles an hour. See if we can wheelie up here. Oh yeah. This thing has some power. Okay, buddy. Okay. Okay. Woo. Now, this thing's official name is the Leopard DT1 Pro from Ausom, A-U-S-O-M. Dual 1,000 watt motors. That's why the thing goes so quick. Speeds up to 41 miles per hour is what it's rated for. And like I said, you can run it with just one motor or both motors. And the range, the spec on the range is 47 miles. The frame is forged aluminum. The 10-inch wheels, they're 3 inches wide. You've got the front and rear hydraulic disc brakes, front and rear suspension, that really neat NFC security lock, so you've got to use the dongle to be able to operate it. It has USB output, so you can like plug in your phone to charge it up. It has USB A and C outputs. It does also have headlight, tail light, and it does have blinkers too. There's a little switch on the handlebar. You can blink left or blink right. And it's got a really nice display, LCD display, a lot of color. You can read it real easy. And it folds up really fast, so you can pick it up and like load it into the back of your vehicle, or in my case, on the back bumper of the truck. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever ridden one of these things, but I've always been interested in one of these scooters that had suspension and power, and this one has both. So this is the Ausom Leopard DT1 Pro. If you're interested, links down in the video description. I have a $50 off coupon code, so use that if you're interested in buying one of these. Thanks, Ausom, for letting me get on one of these things. Let's get back to the video. Oh, we got a really good thing that I just discovered over here. I've complained about, well, I've talked about these Pacific Dualies wheel simulators, hubcaps, and how they have what I think is they have a design flaw. They have the cutout here for the valve stem, so you have access to the valve stem. And the cutout that they have for the E-Series wheels, maybe for all Ford wheels, it doesn't line up to the valve stem very well. And it makes actually getting an air chuck onto this valve stem or your tire gauge, it makes it kind of a pain in the butt, doesn't it? So he's the one that discovered this. He called me over here yesterday and said, "Dad, look at this. You got a problem." Yeah. So this guy saved me here. from a possible disaster. So you see what I mean here? The valve stem is like right against the edge of this cutout. If they had this cutout even just a quarter of an inch farther this way, the valve stem would be a lot more accessible. So I've always just kind of struggled with it, I should say. When I go to put air in it, I have to just kind of move the valve stem over a little bit. I don't like doing it, but you know, these are steel valve stem. They're heavy duty. I don't think it's going to break anything. But look at what I just discovered, thanks to Lefty. So this is a little extension, a very short extension. So I'm going to pop this off of here and we're going to take a look at it. That cut line is from this thing rubbing against the edge, that cut edge of the Pacific Dualies wheel cover. You know, these holes here, these have a rolled lip on them, so they're soft. But these cuts here, these are sharp-edged cuts. And it looks like, you know, I don't know what process they're using to make these cutouts here. It's not great. The edges aren't rolled. And this thing obviously has been getting abraded against the edge of that thing. And it actually cut right into it. I mean, that's deep. And yes, I need to cut my fingernails, I'm just noticing. So that is a deep cut. And it's about to get right into the mechanism. So this, I'm going to say, this is no good. I'm going to get rid of this. But in the meantime, I've got to fix this. You know, you can see the actual valve stem right there. The tire shop added these. When I had the rears put on, the new tires, I had them bend my valve stems. They made custom valve stems so I can reach them really easy with the tire gauge or an air chuck if I'm putting air in them. So those are great back there. These here, I've always struggled. Both sides have this same issue. Actually, I'm gonna, now that I'm talking about it, I'm gonna go check the other side and make sure that it's not the same way here. But this is a substantial slice in here. So this has been just scrubbing against this cut edge. So what's my solution? My Dremel toolkit, for whatever reason, is back in New York. I put it in my storage unit and didn't bring it with me, and I don't know why. Good to have friends around. Mike has a Dremel kit, so we're gonna go at this wheel cover over here and we're gonna solve this problem. Okay, let's see. Now this is interesting. He has this same flexible attachment. If y'all have one of these, you know what I'm talking about. These attachments that you can put on the Dremel that give you like 4 feet of flexible drive adjustment, so you can have the Dremel tool like back here and you're working like way up here, which is really cool. I've got the same thing in my kit back in New York. So all right, I got to run the extension cord out here. Oh, by the way, one of you sent me these are like rubber coated twist ties. If y'all don't have these, get them. These for like wrapping up an extension cord like this, I absolutely have fallen in love with these things. They come in, the kit I got, all different lengths. They work so well for wrapping something up that you have to undo and redo all the time. You know, like if you were to put a zip tie around this, or I don't know what else you would use for an extension cord, but I just wrap this thing around there and ba-boom. And then when I need to get it back out, and these are like real good quality. The rubber is thick and I don't see these falling apart anytime soon. These things are awesome. I'll see if I can find the link. These were sent to me as a gift, but I'll find a link to one and put it down in the video description so y'all can take a look at them. Very, very useful. Very useful. All right, let me go plug this in and get us some power out here. There we go. Oh, I probably need to turn my inverter on, right? Baby steps. I'll get us together. Baby steps. There we go. Oh, and that stool is working great. I am so thankful that he was able to fix that for me. So, friends to the rescue. Friends fixing my stool. Friends loaning me a Dremel tool. Okay. I keep these wrapped up in a brand new t-shirt. Well, I should say a clean rag t-shirt. I keep these wrapped up so they don't get scuffed around, you know, traveling in my milk crate in there. Look at that. Let me thread. Let's thread this back on and see what we're looking like. That will work. That will definitely work. Considerably. So it's about 3/16 of an inch from the edge here. So it's not going to be touching that any longer. So let's go over to the other side and do the exact same thing. And then I'm going to get me a replacement for this. I'll stop at the tire shop next time I'm in town, like I said, and talk to David and see if he can't hook me up. All right, here's an addendum to my video about the tire valve. I've got to thank my friend Mike. He's pulling away right there in his rig. He was just up in town and he got some of these valve stem. I don't know what it's not really an extender, it's a cap. He stopped at the tire shop and they gave him some of them, so he just dropped off and gave me 2 of them. So I've just put a new one on there. So thank you, Mike, and thank you, American Custom Tire up there in Quartzsite. So now we're good to go. This is awesome. For both of the things that happened, I was able to go to my friends that are in the area. And you know, I just did a video talking about having friends nearby and how we like having friends nearby, and what a great example of how that can help you when you're out camped. And it sure as heck helped us. For the 2 guys that helped me out, Ben, Mike, thank you both, man, for helping me to get these things straightened out. Lefty just found some ancient sand art here. Rock art, I should say. But I informed him that this is actually leftover from last year from my friend Chris when he got his Yamaha side-by-side and came up here and went all teenager on it and did some donuts and left his mark.
Yeah, that's really cool. I love it's a very 50s color. It almost looks silver everywhere else, but the actual color.
Oh, that was my stomach.
Bright, pinky orangey, and we can get that cleaned up and painted black. And we'll put these aside for after that guy goes in. Not perfect yet, but.
Holy smokes. Those are some loud helicopters. There's 3 of them. I mean, the truck literally was just vibrating. I came out the door like, what in the heck? Wow. Those are some like heavy lift military helicopters. Hello, brother. How are you? Are you being handsome this morning? Huh? Come on, let's walk. Come on. Come on. See, because the road loops around here and goes back towards our camp way down there. Even though it's a half a mile away, he don't want to turn this direction. Brother, what the F is going on over there? Yeah, I'm talking to you. That's right, I'm talking to you. Wait, that was from a movie or a TV show. What was that? That's right, I'm talking to you. Oh, I can't remember what that was. Huh? I'm blocking the sun so you're not looking into the sunlight. Whew. It's already starting to warm up this morning, but not too bad. It's just my glasses, buddy. Thanks for being here with us today. Everyone take care, be safe, and we'll see y'all again real soon. And we will be cooler than I am right now.